Today, we're taking a look at a real hidden gem from the late 80s, and that's the Downtown Lights by the Blue Nile. That's coming up next. A warm welcome to Heat Boutique. My name is John, and a great big thank you for checking out today's episode. Now, the Downtown Lights was released on the 11th of September 1989 and was their first single from the band's second album, Hats. The song was written by frontman Paul Buchanan and produced by the band. Formed in Edinburgh, Scotland, the group's classic lineup consisted of Paul Buchanan on vocals and guitar, Robert Bell on bass, and Paul Joseph Moore on keyboards, with their longtime collaborator Callum Malcolm handling recording duties. If you're unfamiliar with the band, I would describe their sound as something like melodic industrial. On their early albums in particular, they deliberately avoided filling every available musical space, and instead they favoured a much more minimalist approach, building their songs based on atmosphere and restraint. And what isn't there is almost as important as what is. So the mix of ambient synths, muted percussion, and Paul Buchanan's what I would call angst-ridden, soulful vocals gel together perfectly, and they create this kind of sense of emotional tension that never quite resolves. The result for me is, I guess, a deeply atmospheric song that feels suspended somehow between hope and heartbreak. So with that being said, let's take a listen to The Downtown Lights by the Blue Nile.
Sometimes I walk away
Chart-wise, the song reached number 67 in the UK and number 10 on Billboard's modern rock chart. Now, more interesting though, is that one of the song's most famous admirers is Matty Healy of the 1975, who has repeatedly described the Blue Nile as his favourite band, and also cited the Downtown Lights as a direct influence on the band's song Love It If We Made It. And that connection leads us to one of the song's most unexpected recent endorsements. On her 2024 album, The Tortured Poets Department, none other than Taylor Swift opened the song Guilty as Sin with the line, "Drowning in the Blue Nile, he sent me downtown lights, I hadn't heard it in a while." And although neither Matty or Taylor has ever commented publicly on this, the consensus view seems to be that Matty did send the song to Taylor, since they were briefly in a relationship back in 2023. Okay, let's play the song out now. Now, for me, what makes the Downtown Lights so special is the way that it captures loneliness, desire, and romance in a way that feels both intimate and cinematic at the same time. So the lyrics are painting like a series of, I suppose, fleeting city images, things like rented rooms, crowded streets, empty bars, chimney tops, and so on. And if you take those individually, they seem unimportant, yet somehow, when they're presented together like this, they become almost emotionally overwhelming. And the city isn't just a backdrop here, it becomes a metaphor for longing itself. And that, of course, peaks with that emotionally charged exclamation at the end, "I'm tired of crying on the stairs." This is a song that definitely deserves repeated listens, and if you're a fan, why not share it with someone who you think might become a fan too? The Blue Nile definitely deserve wider recognition. I hope that you enjoyed today's breakdown, and please remember to like and subscribe so that we can build a real community here and spread some much needed musical joy. Thanks again for checking out today's episode. I really appreciate you guys. My name is John, and I'll see you next time on Heat Boutique. Heat Boutique.